You may be seated. Well, welcome, friends and family, to this very joyous occasion. Joe and Janea are thrilled and honored that you could be with them here to witness their vows of love and commitment. Let me remind you one more time, please turn off your cell phones and cameras. Thank you very much.
I had to check mine.
Who gives the hand to this woman in marriage?
I do. And her mother and I do.
Please be seated. Joe and Janea met on a dating site and have been together ever since their very first contact. And this is quite amazing given that very early in the relationship they found that they were fans of rival baseball teams. Joe of the Cubs and Janea of the Cardinals. When Janea discovered this, she told Joe, "Well, we gave it a good run." Thankfully, Cubs fans aren't very sensitive, given that they've suffered for so many years. and so Joe was not offended at this. In fact, he thought Janea was quite funny. And that's one of the first things that attracted Joe to Janea was her sense of humor. He was also attracted to Janea's compassion and skill in helping young children with speech therapy. He even told me of a story of Janea helping a very young child who had eyesight problems, and she discovered that before others did and was able to help him learn how to speak. And I could tell Joe was quite proud as he was telling me that story. Janea told me she was attracted by Joe's kind and caring nature, and especially for his attentive listening. He's even listening now. Kind and even to the point of remembering things that she told him days later. Well, eventually it came time for Joe to pop the question. He planned to propose when they were at the top of a Ferris wheel. He planned it carefully, of course, to avoid conflicting with a Cubs game. And then Janea, once she was on the wheel, was wondering how long this ride was going to take because the Oklahoma State game was later. And she wondered what was going to take so long. Well, Joe proposed, she said yes, and so here we are. Joe and Janea, it's clear you've been able to overcome some serious sports differences and overcome them with love. The Bible says love covers a multitude of sins, and should you, in your married life, find even greater differences than sports ones, remember that love can overcome the conflicts of any imaginable size. Because love is patient and persevering, it's never selfish. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never fails. Guided by this kind of love, your life together will be full of joy and commitment, and I wish it for you both. We pray. Father God, we bow before you and thank you for the idea of marriage, that two people can become one and support each other and love each other. And we pray that for Joe and Janea, that they will be united together in love from this day forth, and that they always seek your face in all things. In Christ's name, amen. Joe and Janea would now like to memorialize their joining together by this unity tree and water.
Build you a fire if the furnace
Joe and Janea, every time you see this tree, you'll be reminded of this day and of the two of you becoming one. And now your vows to each other.
I'm usually the one that's good with words. This was very difficult to write because there's no way that I could put words. I should have read it. Never loved like this. I never loved like this before. Are the most thoughtful, selfless man that I've ever met or dated, and I not myself. And I just thank you so far.
Joe Darby, will you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? Will you honor her, keep her in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, for better or worse, in sadness and in joy, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only to her till death do you part? Janea Davis, will you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? Will you honor and keep him in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, for better or worse, in sadness or joy, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only till him, till death do you part? Have the rings please. These rings exchanged by Joe and Janea symbolize their never-ending constancy of love. Joe, you may place the ring on Janea's finger and say, "With this ring I thee wed." Janea, you may place the ring on Joe's finger and say, "With this ring I thee wed." Joe and Janea, as you have vowed your commitment to each other before God and these witnesses, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Joe, you may kiss your bride. Present to you for the first time anywhere, Joe and Janea Darby.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Well, I know this little chapel on the boulevard we can go. No one will know. Oh, come on, girl. Who cares if we're trash? Got a pocket full of cash we can blow.
Lord God, our hearts are full of joy, and this time of celebration for Joe and Janea, we're so happy for them that they found each other, and we're just confident that you're going to bless them the rest of their lives in great love and a deep relationship. Thank you for all the friends that are here and family. We ask a blessing on them. Please use this food to strengthen our bodies and to Christ's service in His name. Amen.
Feel to be a married man.
Feels all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look pretty good.
The pressure's off.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Nice
Are you
kid.
kidding? This is an all-new guy that starts.
Well, as of right now, it's not too bad. I mean, the build-up and the year playing for this is over. So.
Taking number 2, feeling for 12.
What kind of advice do you have for this young man?
Well, I'm probably the last person I can take advice from. But I don't know. I guess I would say try to see both sides of the story whenever you're having an argument.
Have a couple of drinks, right?
Right. And just remember that, it's not that big a deal, and you love one another, and that's all that matters.
Doing our first toast is our matron of honor. Can we get a big round of applause for Alicia?
Woo! Look at you. Okay, I did all my crying when I was writing. Hopefully I won't cry tonight, but never know. I'm just going to go ahead and start by introducing myself. I'm Alicia, and I have known Janea for... I had to add it up, actually, and it made me feel really old. 20 years. That would be 6th grade. And so I met her whenever she moved to my hometown, which was Muskogee, Oklahoma, from Tahlequah, and she started 6th grade. And so that's when we met. But we weren't really super close friends until about 9th grade. But overall, about 20 years. Whenever she asked me to be the maid of honor, the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to give a speech, which is kind of daunting, and it seemed like a long time, so I kept just kind of not thinking about it, and then it got closer and closer, and then she just made sure. She didn't say anything about it for a really long time, so I was like, well, maybe I'm not gonna have to do one. And then she was a week or two before the wedding, she was like, are you gonna say something? And I was like, yes, I'm going to. So that made me feel very nervous, which I'm very nervous right now. But once I started writing this speech, I started realizing that it was harder to think of things I didn't want to be up here talking forever, so I was like, there's so many things I could talk about, and so that kind of took some of the nerves away. There's just so many good things that I could say about us and her in general, so I'll just start with that. I'm trying. I'm shaking. Okay, so I'm going to address you first, Janea. I just want to go over some of my favorite memories. Didn't work. I tried to get the tears out. It didn't work. So, one of my favorite memories is whenever, I'm sure we couldn't drive because we would have been out in the town like we always were, that big town in Muskogee, but we used to listen. Janea, only person I've ever met that has the soundtrack, the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Yes! She had that. I didn't even know, it was way above my level, but we used to dance to every single song, back to back, no breaks. Just trying to make each other laugh about our dance moves, so not necessarily just trying to be funny and make each other laugh and don't know how we have that much energy. It's definitely gone now. But and so I never thought about like, what if her mom and Dawn comes in? Like, they're gonna wonder what we were doing, or if they could hear the music. I don't know. But I was like, they probably thought we were crazy. Like, but we weren't. We were just two middle schoolers or ninth graders having fun. And another one of my favorite memories that I thought of was whenever we were in high school and it would be pub rally day. Neither one of us were cheerleaders, but I feel like you always had like a hand in like being the most spirited. Like, we're painting t-shirts. Like, you want a t-shirt? Like, you want to get in the line? You want to be in the front? I wasn't like that. Never would have. I was, but I never would have been the one that stepped up to be like. I never had a hand in that. Basically, it was always her. And you were most spirited, and you totally deserve that. And I just remember like her yell, like when she cheers for things, like she's super passionate, very spirited, and that's never ever ever gonna change. I just know that you're gonna be like my little aunt that watches like football on Sundays when she's 85. That's gonna be you right now. But that also brought me to the thought that that's what I love about you. I need one of those fans. Is your spirit, because it's so many things. We love you! It's beautiful and caring and very passionate and free. Most of all, free. But I love you to pieces, and that's never gonna change either. But like, you have the type of spirit that draws people in that are not just like you, different from you, and it brings them closer. And tonight is a perfect example of everything that I just said. And I'm sure everyone here can attest to that, because you're just so easy to love. Exactly. Okay. I can definitely get through jokes where I'm not trying to think, but no, it's good. We don't even hear me crying anymore. But I know that we haven't had the opportunity to hang out a lot because lives and states make a difference. But so when I came to your, like, what am I going to say to Joe? I thought what set up the most was over something that happened in the bachelorette party. I was, we were just. It's okay. This part is okay if it leaves. No, it's a great thing. Don't tell him! No! It's not a thing that happened, it's something that was said. So, it wasn't to me, I was just kind of overhearing, but Janea said, I've never met another person that makes me be so considerate of another person's thought or being. And I thought for a second, like, who is that talking? Because she is an only child, and so am I. But she's really like the epitome of an only child. Yes. And so at that time, like, I always knew she was making a good decision, but at that time it was like, I feel calm and at ease, kind of, like it wasn't like, I had no question at all. So, if you can make that girl say that, like, you're perfect in my book. So, you're indeed the one. And I just want to congratulate you, and I'm so happy for you, and I wish you both all the wishes and everything in the world, because you deserve it.
Hey, I don't know how I'm going to follow that, but I'm Russ. For those who don't know me, I'm the best man. Darby and I have been friends since high school, and I remember we really bonded on a road trip to go see, to go visit a mutual friend who was in the hospital, and that has always been impressed upon me, and every time I think of Darby, I think of that time because he was just such a welcoming person and so easy to get along with and hilarious and just one of those unique people that you find in life that you realize I want this person in my life. Of all the shitty people out there, this is one of the good ones. And then
This is the PG version.
sorry about the kids. And then one day I get a text about the enemy, which is Janea, because she likes the Cardinals.
Go Cards!
And of course, like all people, Darby had dated before, but I got that text that you don't ever really get until you know it's the one where he said, this one's different. And then I got to know Janea. We went on a road trip together as well. We really like road trips.
I was there too.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's important. It wasn't like we did our own thing. You were there. And I'll never, forgive me for being so blunt, but I'll never forget that night we stayed up till probably 4 a.m. just talking, like little high school cheerleaders. And it was so basically, I've spent some of the best nights of my life with Joey, and of the few times I've had the pleasure of hanging out with Janea, they've been some of the best times of my life, and now those two people are together. And I don't think there's anything better than that.
Yeah.
So anyway, should I raise our glasses to Joseph and Janea Darby?
We love Joey, he's number one. Such a great cousin, he's so much fun. Smart to the right, he bet is made. All it took was just one day. Janea is a rock star. She found her way to his heart. We welcome you to the family, even though you are the enemy.
Big round of applause. That was awesome.
Gail, I'm a bridesmaid, and I am also known as Roomie. But I'm just going to talk a little bit about these two lovely people over here. Joe. Let me tell you about Joe. I knew Joe was the one right off the bat. When I first met him, we were at a Razorbacks game, and I just pulled him over to the side, and I was like, listen. There are some things you need to know about Janea. There's some many facets about Janea you need to know. She will go through your phone. She will find something. Just keep your eye out. And so I could tell he was a little bit nervous, and I just kept reminding him. I was just like, hey, she's a girl. It's normal. Nothing big deal. Just calm down. And so he looked at me, and he was just like, I think I got it. So I want to talk about Janea right now. Now, I've been Janea's friend for a long time, just like most of us. We've only been friends for about 15 years, though, because she was kind of a bully to me. Her and all of these bridesmaids you saw me walk down with used to be a bully to me. But along the way, all of them. It's all y'all's fault. It's all y'all's fault. The point is, Janea is the most important person I've ever met in my life. I came to live with her when I was an adult. And she was an adult, but I was having trouble adulting. So, I'm talking just to you, so all these lovely people are going to get to hear this. You have changed my life for the better. And without you, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I knew Joe was the one when Ellie chose to go to you instead of me. So from then on, I couldn't be more happier for your union. And also, let's be excellent to each other, like Bill and Ted said. Cheers, guys. I love you.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Greg Swartz. I am Teresa's best friend. Teresa is Janea's beautiful mother. We've known each other since we were 3 years old. 3 years old. Sorry, I have to get the speech out here because I prepared. There we go. I'll be brief. Yeah, Teresa and I grew up across the street from each other. We went to church together, went to all the way through school, grade school, middle school, high school, college, all the way together. Worked together, lived together. People thought we might actually get married, but we both like boys. Luckily, never the same boy, which would have been awkward. So it's only fitting that I was asked to say a few things here today, because I'm one of the few people in this room who met Janea the day she was born. Oh, yeah, that's right. And honestly, it has been the greatest joy and privilege in my life to be a part of hers. Now, here's where I'm supposed to tell an embarrassing story from her childhood, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you about her security blanket that she used to carry around. His name was Bocce, right? Bocce Boo. That's right. I won't tell you about that.
It's still there.
She still has it? Yeah. I thought as much. I won't tell you the story about how she cut her own hair and her mother called me screaming one day. I won't tell that story. I also won't tell you that one of our cute little childhood nicknames for her was Pooter Scooter. That's right, Pooter for short. That's right. Yeah, but I won't tell you that because this is Janea's special day. So I wouldn't dare do that to her. Now I lived with Teresa and Janea in Tahlequah for a lot of years while Janea was in daycare and elementary school. When we would go places together, people would just naturally assume that Janea was my daughter, and I would let them because I was so proud of this adorable little child who was just whip smart, and even as a child she had this wicked sense of humor which she no doubt got from staying up way too late and watching David Letterman with her mom and me. Now there were some people who worried about Janea growing up surrounded by all these theater majors because, bad influence and all. They worried that she would party too much, that she would become a hippie, that she would hang around with homosexuals and develop liberal values. And thank goodness none of that stuff happened. Anyway, as I've gotten to know Janea as an adult, I found she became so much more. She is one of the most intelligent, hardworking, truly kind, deeply funny people I've ever known. Janea has this profound sense of empathy, which not only serves her well in her career, but has made her a trusted friend to a lot of people. A lot of people. I wish your grandma and grandpa Gibbs were here to see what an outstanding young woman, old woman, sorry, you're like 31, which makes me 40. Before I forget, Joe, it is Joe, right? Okay. Now when Janea was little, I made her promise that I would get to approve whoever it was she was going to marry. Now, obviously, she forgot that. Either that or I'm just making this up for the purpose of a joke. So I do have a questionnaire for you. It's about 100 questions. Multiple choice is worth 1 point apiece, and the essay portion is worth half. So I do count off for spelling, grammar, and punctuation, so focus. Okay? I expect it on my desk by 10 o'clock. Now, lastly, and can you believe I got through this without quoting any Indigo Girls lyrics? Can you believe it? So lastly, I want to say this. I know you guys love each other so much. And as you go through life together, right, all the joy, all the sorrow, all the happiness, all the heartbreak, as the years go by, my wish for you is this, that your love grows more and more every day. And when you can look back on this day, years from now, you will think of this as a time when you loved each other the least. So here's to the couple.
What's that all about? So, congratulations, first of all. It was a wonderful ceremony. Great food. Was it good? Yeah, I thought so too. I've known little Joey. By the way, I'm Joey's uncle. That's where Joey gets all his voices. Not really. So I've known Joey since he was 2, I believe, and Joey's always been very special, and not corrective shoe and thick glasses special, but special nonetheless. And I think I gave Joey his first job when he was Caruso guy. How old were you?
That was actually my second job when I was 12.
Was that 12? Okay, so a Joey story. I own a company, we would go do trade shows. We developed a mascot called Caruso Guy, and Caruso Guy was basically Joey, but with a giant head on top of it. And it was a 20-hour drive to Orlando, and I think Joey slept about 19 of those 20 hours. And I thought, this kid, I'm not sure if he's going to go anywhere in life. I loved him, but that's what I thought. He would wake up long enough to get his signature meal, and if anyone that knows Joe, maybe we can say it all at the same time. Joey's signature dinner meal would be 1, 2, 3, cheeseburger. Okay. Maybe I know Joey better than all of you. Diamond Dude and a cheeseburger. And anyway, he did a great job as Caruso Guy. Done lots of fun uncle things with Joey. He's like the son I always wished I wanted. Just kidding, Nick. Kyle. Just joking. And anyway, took him to his first UFC fight. First ski trip. Yes. Any other firsts? Close enough. Anyway, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of how you've overcome adversities in your life. Getting serious now. And how you've come through it, and just what a great person you are in spite of some hardships. And we all have them, but you've dealt with them, and now you've got a really great helper, and you're moving on in life. And I'm very proud of you. I love you. Janea, we're glad you're in the family. And congratulations to Joey and Janea.
Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm Janea's aunt, and she's been a wonderful, beautiful niece ever since she was born, and it's hard to believe this is happening today, but I am thankful. A couple of my memories of her, many of them I could be here forever, but anyway, she loved cake. Every time she came to my house, she expected for us to bake a cake, and she helped participate in it. And then another thing was she loved singing. And she would be on my bed, 3 or 4 years old to 3, and she could jump and sing and keep the tone level. I mean, it was like, ah. And I still have recording of her singing when she was little. I mean, she just seemed like she was standing still. So anyway, I love her very much. I'm glad that she has a very fine husband.
Very fine.
Many more years to go with loving us both. Bye.
We'll do a 3, 2, 1. Are you guys ready out there? Is everybody's eyes on the cake? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Everybody's very nice. No cake smashing for Mr. and Mrs. Darby, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. Again, please put your hands together for Miss Tina Cash. And our bride and groom doing their first dance, Mr. and Mrs. Darby, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice. All right, we'll have the bride stay on the dance floor. I'd like to call up the father of the bride, Mr. Kevin Davis. Big round of applause, dancing with his beautiful daughter on her wedding day. ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for Mr. Kevin Davis, the father of the bride. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and get the groom back up on the dance floor, and let's go ahead and call up the mother of the groom, Mrs. Amanda Horton. Big round of applause, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the mother of the groom, Mrs. Amanda Horton. Congratulations. All right, let's get the bride back up on the dance floor. We have one more special dance. I'd like to call up Mr. Don Cash to dance with his beautiful daughter on her wedding day. Big round of applause for Mr. Don Cash, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll be there.
I need you to just stay on the dance floor. We're going to do a single mingle toast. Once everybody gets their shot. There you go. Single and mingling. Yes.